So this is the Dishonored DLC, which I always wanted to get around to doing since I streamed the whole of Dishonored. Perfect ghost playthrough, no mistakes, no fail run, didn't even need a quick load. And since Dishonored 2 has been a thing, figured I should finally get around to this. I'm not gonna do this like I did the Dishonored stream thing, because I feel like just constantly saving and loading it doesn't make for the best fucking viewing experience. So for this, I'm just gonna, you know, one clean playthrough. And just, you know, if I get spotted, come what may, you know? I think it's better to just, you know, roll with the punches and do an imperfect run than do it the way I normally do and make for kind of a shitty viewing experience.
One more job shouldn't have mattered. I'd killed nobles before. You could float a whaling ship, and the high-born blood I've spilled. Another noble steps in to replace the last one. All equally corrupt. Why should an empress be different? But she was. I watched her bodyguard's face as they took him away. Dead eyes. I knew I'd pay for this one. Maybe I deserved to. A storm was coming that would shake apart everything I'd built.
No! Get away from her! Corvo! Mommy!
Now there's the void that I know and love. There's the whale! See? The whale's such an integral part. If you remember, Corvo also had a fallen letter in the base game. Didn't read the same. What does it mean? So I mentioned this before, I think, but Dowd is played by Michael Madsen, which fucking amazing vocal choice there. Adds so much personality to the character. So Dowd has a unique blink ability compared to Corvo, and it's actually an unlockable upgrade you can get in Dishonored 2. Where when he uses blink, time freezes. So he has the Wordo built into his regular, like, fucking movement skill. And I fucked that up. But you can use this during battle to, like, give yourself extra time to think. You can use it while platforming. It's really fucking nifty. Just BAM! The world! The world! It's actually not as useful as the world, though, because the world you can freeze time and run around and do shit. This is, you are stuck in place. If you move while using blink, then time just goes normally. You have to be standing still.
Dowd, my old friend. It's been a long while, but you've got my interest again. How the years pass and the bodies fall. Did you know that there are only 8 like you in the world, bearing my mark? I'm here because you're right. The Empress was different. This time, you can't just fade away into the shadows. There will be consequences. Your story is close to ending, and even you can't escape it. But what ending will you make for yourself? I'm here to give you one last gift, Dowd. It's a mystery. One that starts with a name.
Delilah. So that's why I was like, what? In the intro of Dishonored 2. Because the mystery of Delilah is the entire running plot of this DLC.
For 6 months, the city writhed and changed. For 6 months, I tried to forget what I'd done to the Empress and her little girl. But there was no forgetting. I needed to find my next move. But all I had was that name. Delilah. Who was she? A threat? Or an ally? Word came from my second-in-command, Billy Lurk. In a house built on secrets. Lurk was especially good at uncovering them. There was a ship called the Delilah. It hunted whales for Bundry Rothwild. A former deckhand who'd made good. Now he owned a slaughterhouse, and he ran his workers like a prison gang. A ship named Delilah. It could be a coincidence, but it's not. In Dunwall, things are always tangled up like a bag of snakes.
Interesting metaphor. So, Dowd, unlike Corvo, does not have like a home base he goes back to and wanders around in and talks to uninteresting people about stupid things. He just gets a very thief-esque like inventory screen where you can buy your upgrades and some interesting little things in between missions. I feel like I'm not going to use that. I need the rune, and yeah, I'll go ahead and get the code. I could just look it up, but that would take too long. There's a really interesting trophy for this DLC, both of them. Because there's 2 DLCs. Where it's like enough to get away with. What's it called? Hold on. Because I really like it. Yeah, enough coin to disappear. I thought I had this. I thought I had gotten it, but I really like this. You have to finish the Dowd DLC with 10,000 money. And I really like that trophy as like a lore thing. Like, Dowd saved up every last scrap of coin he could so that he could disappear and start a new life somewhere. I'm not gonna gun for that one, obviously. Because you basically can't buy anything at that point. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, red makes it faster.
Dowd, you're here. I got bored, so I started without you. Turns out we're here on the perfect day. There's a strike at the plant, and it's no wonder. Rothwild runs this place like a prison. The stupid workers can't even get in without a time card. When the strike started, the butchers confiscated all the cards they could find. They've given the City Watch free rein to use force. If you ever wondered why I wanted out of the slums, here's your answer. There'll be other ways in, I'm sure of it. You don't mind if I tag along, right? Just to keep an old man safe. One last thing. I found something for you. I know you collect these. I'll be on the rooftops till you need me.
I always love seeing other people use Blink. Dowd also does not have a heart, so his dark sight ability just lets him see where bones are. Bones and runes, I believe. Yeah, is that an upgrade? Yeah, bone charms and runes. Yeah, he can just see them. He also has different powers. He's got the world, and he's got a blink upgrade. He's got all this stuff, but In particular, he can summon his assassins to help him out. Because if you remember, Dowd runs the Whalers, which is like an assassination guild, and during that level, it had this cool moment where you would see a Whaler being trained, and it uses the same dialogue as from the original Thief. And Billy Lurk, interesting that we never saw her during the main game, even though she's supposedly Dowd's right-hand man. She's also got a unique color. All the Whalers are like black or bluish, and she's red.
No exceptions.
Because fuck having a uniform, right?
I hope the plague gets you.
Why would an organization need a uniform? Just, yeah, customize it however you want, honey. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not used to not having my upgrades. That's something that still really frustrates me about Dishonored, is the lack of a New Game Plus. Dishonored 2 also does not have a New Game Plus. Like, come on, people. Why? There's no reason for this. In a game with RPG mechanics, where you can upgrade your abilities to get better abilities, why would you not have a New Game Plus? I want to be able to use all of the abilities that I toiled and scraped in order to unlock, and use them during earlier levels in the game. Doesn't make any sense to not do that. I just want to use the world. Dowd also is not a silent protagonist. There'll be a scene later where he talks to some guy. It's not like just during cutscenes where it's like just a scripted first-person like narration thing. He actually does interact with other people, which again immediately solves so many problems, right? That's the thing, like, this DLC is fucking fantastic. It fixes all of the problems of the base game, to the point where I really like Dishonored 2 so far, but I don't know if it's as good as this DLC is, because this DLC is fucking fantastic. It takes the main game and, like, just far and away improves on all the things that it failed with. And it failed with very few things. It was really just like certain aesthetic things where you're not going back to the fucking conspirators' dumb hideout base in between missions anymore. It's just a mission-based structure where you finish a mission, then just immediately go
There's a
in.
man out on the river watching the place. If I weren't so young and pure of heart, I'd suggest he's up to no good.
You're awesome, Billy.
By the Lord Regent.
You're just going in between the missions and, like, buying equipment and whatnot. So I did this for a reason, by the way. I didn't just randomly, like, relocating corpses. Granny's recipe. So remember Granny Rags, the most overrated character ever. She's left a recipe for us.
They used to tell stories about a woman in the slums who did work like this. Granny Rags. They said she was 100 years old.
They sure like to talk, don't they? So Granny needs a dead weeper and a whale eye. So, one down. That's just always cool, right? When a developer, like, takes the opportunity to improve on their
When does the
shortcomings in that way. I just always appreciate that, you know?
Time cards rounded up, and now we got their mouthy leader.
So you know the Regent doesn't give a shit who wins your little labor dispute. The Regent cares about the whale oil coming out on schedule.
He'll get what he needs. Just keep the strikers in line.
Look at that fucking garbage bin full of fucking whale bones and shit. That's not eco-friendly. Again, to the point where I feel like Dishonored 2 might not be as good. Weird little things like that. Mostly because I feel like Dishonored 2 is kind of like... how do you say? A little bit less original. It feels like it's just kind of like hitting all the same notes that the original game did. In terms of the plot structure.
After this morning, we're taking away time cards on site.
Where
Nobody gets in or out without those things.
was the safe
Time
code
to send a message.
supposed to be? I bought the tip about the safe code, right? Oh, down there. Okay. So, homie G over here. So imagine this scene from his... what's about to happen from his perspective. What up? 2 seconds, so I can recharge.
You're
Dowd.
Dowd. Shit, I hope you ain't here for me. I'm just a little fish in a big pond.
I want to know about a ship. The Delilah.
Yeah, I heard of it. Listen, maybe we can help each other out. I work for a very rich man who's keen on seeing Rothwild's business go belly up. This whole business with the strike, our doing. We got a mole on the inside, lady pretending to run the labor crews, a real talent. She could lie straight to the High Overseer's face and get away with it. We were supposed to meet up last night. I've been spying on the place all day waiting to hear word. Only I haven't seen or heard a peep. Was about to shove off. If you're here to make a little mayhem anyway, maybe you could find her. If she's still alive, she'd be able to get you everything you need to know about that ship. No question. And a substantial reward besides. Her name's Abigail Ames.
I'm sure that's a reference to something. Oh no. You didn't see nothing! In terms of the... like, it's the same kind of thing where, you know, you start the game and you're highfalutin, you're well off with your situation, and then all of a sudden, a cabal of conspirators, like, usurp your throne, and you have to, like, uncover the mystery behind them and get revenge.
This is a reminder that collective bargaining in any industry deemed vital to the state is a capital offense. These include metallurgy, whale collection and refinement, security services, and selected
it's probably gonna make noise.
Specializations. Consult the city barrister for clarification.
267. And instead, and it's hitting on the same beats with like the rat plague. Instead of the rat plague, it's blood flies, and it's the same justification of high chaos creates bodies, and therefore the plague runs wild, and that's what like the morality system is. And even the targets that you go after are like this are like direct analogs for the targets you went after in the first game. So I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of retreading itself a little bit, but the quality of life improvements of like the gameplay is really good. So like I'm a little torn on Dishonored 2 because the plot is like a straight line, and in a way that makes it worse because the plot was never one of Dishonored 1's like strong points. That was never one of the things you would point to.
Corvo Atano, the assassin.
Oh, by the way, listen to that in the background.
Has escaped from confinement and is at large within the city. Any sightings of this state criminal must be reported to the City Watch at once.
So this mission coincides with Corvo's escape from prison. So, like, the story of this game is, like, concurrent with the plot of the base game.
Whiskey and cigars tonight?
Which I think is really nifty. It's going like, while Corvo was running around getting revenge, Dowd was doing his own thing.
The latest thing Sokolov's twisted. We're the first ones to get them. Sure.
And possibly getting up to, like, matters of higher importance. Like, when you think about it, a little revenge plot seems so small in the grand scheme when you consider, like, how thoroughly interesting and disturbing the setting of Dishonored is. There's so much about the lore and the setting of Dishonored that you can discover that's like, wow, just like killing your this cabal of conspirators just seems so small. And that was always one of the things, because like I said, like, the plot of Dishonored, the story of Dishonored was never one of its high points. The story was always kind of just, whatever. And it was the really exciting, organic gameplay that you could get up to that made the game special.
Missing or damaged time cards will no longer be
But then
replaced.
this DLC comes along, and not to spoil it, but the plot is a lot more
Walking workers in the pumpkin
something.
station by the docks.
And some arrows.
If you could get in there, I bet the workers would tell you just about anything you wanted to know.
I already have a time card, though, so I don't really need to do that. Where else? Bone Charm over there. Bone Charm over there. I can get that one. Like I said, not having New Game Plus fucking kills me, because there's some really useful bone charms that I feel at a loss without sometimes. Like one that makes your mana regenerate faster, one that lets you move faster while crouching. Really useful stuff, and it's like, I feel naked without this. Not my fault. Nah, that's gonna count against me. That counts as a kill. Whatever. Dowd's an assassin. He's murdered people before. I feel way less incentive to try and go strictly non-lethal with Dowd. There it is. Where do you land, anyway? I don't know, with Corvo, it kind of makes sense, because you could interpret him as being like, I want to prove my innocence, sorta. Yeah, that fucker's dead. Weirdly. But with Dowd, like, he's an assassin for hire. He's murdered scores of people in the past. He clearly does not have any ethical quandaries about just, you know, slaughtering dudes who get in his way. And the way the, morality system in Dishonored works is you have to like kill a certain percentage. I think it's like you have to kill half of the NPCs in a level for it to push you to high chaos. So fuck it, you know. 1 or 2 people might die by accident. And I'm not gonna like reload if shit goes bad, so I might get in a sword fight here and there. There we go. Totally worthless. Fantastic. That man died for nothing. Basically, that's what that is. How do you not see me there, buddy? You should be fired. I could help those guys out, but I don't really get anything for it. I already have the time code that I need.
For execution, for sedition, and treason.
And there's only one more bone charm I need to get. But if you help out those workers there, what you have to do is take out the wall of light right here so that they can sneak away. I could do it, right, since I'm here. I'm pretty sure I can manage. Yep. And where's that last bone charm? Right there. Go ahead and grit that, just on the off chance that it's useful. Doing pretty good so far, but it's when we get inside that this starts to become a little bit more something. Wrecked. I will say though that this first DLC, the Knife of Dunwall, isn't as good as the second one in terms of like the level design for this first one and the what you do isn't you know, it's just not as good. It feels like they were kind of cutting their teeth. Oh. It feels like they were cutting their teeth a little bit. And by the second one, they actually had a better understanding of what they were doing with the DLC. But that's just like comparing one DLC to the other. Even just this first one is already, nope, again, pointless. God damn it. Total waste of time. Even comparing this first one to the vanilla Dishonored game, I think this is far and away an improvement. I mean, it's only like 3 missions, and one of those missions is kind of a wash. And again, compared to the DLC that comes after this, even the missions in this first one are kind of like, sounds good.
Waste your loyalty on her.
It's not as good as what comes. This is but a taste of what is to come. Anyway. Something I like is at the beginning, and I forget when they talk about it more, is when the outsider shows up
sign the contract, and you'll be back at work tomorrow.
When the outsider shows up, it's implied that Dowd hasn't seen him in a while.
Time card. But if you get us out of here, you can take mine. I'm not coming back.
I already have a time card.
Oh, I guess you got no real reason to help us then.
Nope. But I'm a nice guy.
These rats crawling all over everything.
We still need to get past that wall of light contraption they put up. If you can shut it off, we can slip past the city watch when the time is right. Is the wall of light down?
Yeah,
Not yet.
Oh,
we
sorry.
can wait.
How did it
They're all we've got.
All the others down with the
Is
sickness.
the wall of light down?
Why would it Why would the default
You're free
be
to
no?
go. Make your way out of this place.
Thank you. Guess you took what you came for. Just, if you see Abigail Ames, tell her we still believe in her.
I don't particularly care, good sir. I'm here to fuck bitches and get money. I don't give a shit about you. In fact, give me that. I took your time card anyway. Even though I don't even need it. That's just how Dowd rolls, motherfucker! I'd lock the door behind me if I could. And in Thief you could do that. You could lock... You could re-lock unlocked doors. I wonder why games don't really let you do
Underplayed
that
conditions,
anymore.
failure to report for work at industries deemed vital to state interests has been declared treasonous by the Lord Regent.
I don't know if you gotta go so far as to say it's treason. Anyway, the outsider shows up and it's implied that it's been a while since last they've spoke. Where the fuck did the bodies I left up here go? I left 2 bodies up here, didn't I? Whatever. Is there no more bone charms? I don't think so. Let's go through the front here. Walk in like we own the place.